watching To The Point. All eyes right now on the Rouse Avenue PMLA court order on Arvind Kejriwal's ED remand shortly. Arvind Kejriwal ED remand order being typed any moment you'd hear from the Rouse Avenue court. In all probability, the Aam Aadmi Party expecting that remand will be given to the Enforcement Directorate of Arvind Kejriwal if you look at precedents in terms of what happened with Manish Sisodia, Sanjay Singh. We're going to keep all eyes trained at the Rouse Avenue court. Our battery of reporters waiting, getting you the latest, cutting across to our guests. Joining the panel, Ashutosh as well as Vineet Goenka. Ashutosh, political analyst, Vineet Goenka, political analyst. Ashutosh, to bring you in on this was somebody who was a part of the Aam Aadmi Party. Arvind Kejriwal is the center of the political outfit. He's very clear he's not going to step down and a replacement will be called for. Do you see that actually plausible in days to come? Can Arvind Kejriwal actually run his government from jail as he hopes to? Or do you see a replacement will be inevitable?
I'm not talking about the replacement, but yes, this is just not possible that Arvind Kejriwal is running the government from the jail. For the simple reason because Chief Minister is not like any other cabinet minister. Chief Minister is not like any other bureaucrat. Chief Minister is basically the fulcrum of the administration. And if he's the fulcrum of the administration and the administration starts from him and ends at him, that means he has to be fully free. When he's in jail, whether Aam Aadmi Party likes it or doesn't like it, the fact is he will be incapacitated. If he's incapacitated, then administration will not run. That's an impossibility. And that will make a fit case for the LG to file a report to the Home Ministry and say the constitutional breakdown has happened. So either invoke Article 356 or Lieutenant Governor will send a message to the Assembly and say your Chief Minister, the leader of the House, is incapacitated. That's why you have to choose a new leader. If Assembly still doesn't do that, then LG will be within their constitutional rights to recommend either the dissolution of the House or put it in the suspended animation or sack the government. Most probably the government will be sacked if Aam Aadmi Party is not choosing another leader. And I think Aam Aadmi Party will be committing it's already committed a blunder. They should have chosen a new leader. They should have saved the government. In that case, today what at stake is that Aam Aadmi Party will not only lose its leader and Arvind Kejriwal for many months or days in jail, but they will also lose their government. I do not know who has advised them, but Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party is wrongly advised, committing a blunder. They should have chosen a leader. They should have saved the government.
Akshay Marathe, I know you want to come in. Let me also just introduce Vineet Goenka into this conversation. Vineet Goenka, as a political analyst, the fact is the Aam Aadmi Party has risen from the streets. Every time Arvind Kejriwal has looked to the voter for sympathy, he's got it. He fights, loses abysmally. 2014 Lok Sabha elections, his entire crew loses abysmally, including Ashutosh, who's sitting with us today, but comes back to sweep Delhi. So somewhere down the line, he's had that sympathy factor, which has gone for him. Why do you think this time it might not happen?
Priti, Ram to you, Ram to all my co-panelists and all the viewers who are watching me. See, 2013, I was watching Aam Aadmi Party growing up, and we all had a hope. He talked about transparency, he talked about good governance, he talked about Lokpal, he talked about quick decisions, and this was exciting even for the people who do not agree to his philosophy. Today, after many years, I'll agree to what Ashutosh said. They did a blunder. The blunder is not of appointing a replacement for Arvind Kejriwal. They did a blunder by fooling the people, by getting into this controversy, by getting into this cartel. He led to this particular, the greed of Arvind Kejriwal led him to come to this stage today where he is. I'll tell you viewers one incident. When a tender is floated by any government, there is something called as earnest deposit, which is forfeited if the tender participants misbehave or they are not able to match the tender. In the case of Liquor Gate, one tender was floated by the government of Delhi and the earnest money deposit was refunded and the tune of 30 crore rupees without a single hitch. Now, this kind of big blunders. Number two, when you are corrupt, when you are non-transparent, when you are embroiled in these kind of things, then you keep doing this kind of mistakes. And I think Arvind Kejriwal should have proactively submitted himself to the authority. He should not have wasted the time of the authorities and so the citizen at large.
Okay. Akshay Marathe, do respond to the questions raised, A, by your former colleague Ashutosh, who says biggest blunder not to have a replacement, or with what Vineet Goenka says. And let me add to it. What's the perception? You say there's going to be a huge wave of sympathy, but you also run the risk of many saying that Arvind Kejriwal today has been devoured by a system he himself wanted to demolish.
Preeti, I've heard a lot of minutes of talking. Now, please allow me at least 2 minutes to point by point respond to every single question. Before I begin answering the questions, I want to tell your viewers, Mr. Vineet Goenka, who spoke before me, who is masquerading as a political analyst, he's a spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is being mistagged as a political analyst, and be that as it may, that's the state of our discourse today. It's okay. Now, to answer the question of the political blunder. The biggest blunder, in my opinion, that the Aam Aadmi Party made is that we refused to toe the line and join the Bharatiya Janata Party. If, like Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal, Suvendu Adhikari, Himanta Biswa Sarma, Arvind Kejriwal had gone and sought the refuge under the Bharatiya Janata Party umbrella, today he would not be in jail. That is a simple fact. The entire country is seeing this game that is being played out. With pretty faces, we are sitting on television seriously discussing a fake corruption scandal as if it is a real scandal, but we are refusing to ask a single question to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Why did it stop the corruption cases against Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal,
Akshay Marathe, is that a veiled giant?
No, can I let me finish my point? You don't interrupt a lot of other people.
Go ahead.
On the one hand, that is a political blunder that Aam Aadmi Party has committed. On the other hand, I want to ask a simple question today. Why is it not the media's question that is this correct in a democracy that 2 months before the election, one of the biggest opposition leaders is being jailed and not being allowed to campaign? I heard you talk about the political implications of this. The political implications of this is that he will not be able to ask for votes in the national election. Mr. Modi will go around the country and ask for votes. Amit Shah will go around the country and ask for votes. But Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, Sanjay Singh are all three of the top leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are rotting in jail, and they will not be allowed to compete in the election. Do we believe that this is a democracy?
You'll be allowed to respond. Allow him to finish.
Are the people who are watching this show believing really that this is a democracy where one entire opposition party has been incapacitated in a fake corruption scandal, and the entire opposition and the entire government machinery is going after all other opposition parties as well? This is Russia's Putin behavior.
All right, okay. Now, Akshay Marathe, you've given your speech. It's been over 2 minutes. Now, okay, come on. You've been allotted over 2 minutes. You spoke of why questions are not being raised. Those questions are being raised, Akshay Marathe. Now, correctness of it is debatable in terms of morality. In legality, it can happen. So, yes, is it correct morally? That's the question that is being raised on the show and has been raised earlier. Is it legally correct? It is legally correct. You can arrest a sitting chief minister 1 month away from election as well. But yes, you've raised a question on the morality of it, and therefore I want to bring you in the BJP spokesperson as well, Mr. Harish Khurana. What do you have to say about that?
See, first line, one line to Akshay Marathe. अगर अक्टूबर में ईडी के सामने चले जाते तो शायद आज नौबत ना आती. Just a one line to you. Now you're talking about कि sympathy होगी या नहीं होगी. Ma'am, बहुत सारा पानी निकल चुका. The water has been gone. The reason I'll tell you why. I mean, people were fond of Arvind Kejriwal for two reasons. One, that he is portray himself as a non-corrupt leader. But today, not in liquor case, but in many cases like Jal Board, like School Gate, like other cases, the probes have already on. And maybe one day inquiry will be there and his corruption image has gone haywire. Point number one. Point number two, they were the same people who used to say, inquiry हम बाद में करेंगे, पहले इस्तीफा होना चाहिए, allegation लगते. You remember that? This kind of narrative they have built up in 2013 before they came to power. Now what he's saying, what Akshay Marathe is saying, we are going to rule from inside the jail.
Okay.
This is the narrative what they are trying to build up. So people of Delhi are not fooled. They have seen Madan Lal Khurana, my father, who gave resignation for 3 lakh rupees allegation. And they are seeing Kejriwal, who is saying now कि हम jail से rule करेंगे. So these kind of narrative they want to build up. Delhi will not go to accept it.
But there's no rule against ruling from jail. Sukhran did it, the telecom minister.
I'm not saying this.
He ran his...
I'm not saying this. No. I clarify. What they used to say, allegation लगता है इस्तीफा होना चाहिए. You remember that?
Ashutosh was a part of that also. You remember? I remember that. If we make an allegation, first they should resign, face the probe, and then come back. Today they are saying...
All right. But they're calling the probe only illegal. They're calling the ED as an political instrument. But, okay, Salman Soz wants to make a point. Salman Soz, the question will also be asked once again. Where does the Congress really stand in it? Are you going to come out in full force, or is it going to be limited to tweets?
Well, first of all, Khurana ji's son should know that his father was a gentleman from another era. This is not that BJP. This is not Madanlal Khurana ji's BJP. This is a totally different BJP. This is a BJP that is hell-bent on destroying the democracy that Madanlal Khurana ji participated in. So I feel a little bad that his son is here defending the indefensible. Isn't this the Prime Minister, when he was candidate, Modi, when he said, "Na khaunga na khane dunga, 60 mahine mein karunga jo 60 saal mein nahi kiya." Kha bhi rahe hain, khila bhi rahe hain. They are basically indulging in divide and rule, hafta vasool.
Sir, I'll come to you. Allow
that is what
to
they're
finish.
doing. Now, as far as your direct question to me as a Congress spokesperson, the Congress party has said already that Arvind Kejriwal ji is a senior leader of the India Alliance. And we will support all members of the India Alliance. And these people are not coming back to power because this election is not between BJP and the opposition. This election is between the BJP and the people of India. And the people of India are going to kick them out. They're not getting 200 seats.
Harish Khurana, backhanded compliment of sorts by Salman Soz, where your father and your lineage is concerned. Go ahead, you wanted to retort quickly, sir?
My only point is when he's saying, ki na khane dunga. Boss, Mr. Soz, I respect you a lot. But tell me one incident where Mr. Modi, your allegation, making an allegation on that, otherwise you face the court. No, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, he's telling you. Okay, Salman Soz, please explain because I'm running out of time. I want to take quick.
If Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the most honest person in the world, then why does he not say to the people of the country that we made a mistake? The Supreme Court has said that what we did was unconstitutional and illegal.
What mistake?
We will return all of the money collected through electoral bonds. Why does
Matters in court, my dear friend.
Am I allowed? Okay, I'm running out of time. I want to give Akshay Marathe 10 seconds. Ashutosh, we have you on the top of it. And Vinit Goenka, apologies. I know both of you want to come in for an interjection. But Akshay Marathe, 10 seconds because you're on the mat today, sir.
Recently, the Atal Setu was launched in Mumbai where Prime Minister Modi and Ajit Pawar were on one stage inaugurating that bridge. What do you think is happening where BJP called Ajit Pawar the kingpin of the irrigation scam and now he's part of their own government? Is that not na khane dunga, na khaunga, na khane dunga? Is that not a reverse of that?
Harish Khurana, I'm going to go into a break. You want to come and answer that, or you want to avoid that question?
My only thing is right now is we are talking about so much morality. I would like to see Sunita Kejriwal will be a next Chief Minister of Delhi. I was seeing your headlines who might be more probable. You were looking Gopal Rai. You have not forgotten Sunita Kejriwal because ab ye khatam ho chuka.
No, I don't. Okay, all right, okay. No, because I'll tell you what. Because Harish Khurana, unlike other channels, we don't really get into gossip or conjecture. So we are going to leave it at that.